Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So our topic this meeting is all about the planning phase of the training program. So naanata sa atong second the final na to ang mga topics. So the first topics is more on the planning phase. So the aim of this subject is, of course, we are going to conduct a training program or the extension program. So all of the topic here is related to the program na, training program na ta. So the first one is the planning phase. So of course, the term planning, no, whatever you do or something nga imong i-achieve sa imong unsa ba ka you're setting goals or anything, you need to plan, no, first before achieving it. So if you will be successful to that particular goal that you're going to achieve if you have planning, no. The first one is the planning phase. So if you are going to conduct an extension program, the first one here, it says it involves studying past and present to forecast the future. So it's not more on your sitting in the present, no, sa plan, nagset kag plan para sa present nimo, setting plan for the future, because it reflect to the past as well. So you are going to study first the past or the history of your targeted location or target community, no, nga imong ikandak ang extension program. So you are going to study first the history. You are going to study first what is the thing that is connected to unsa may imong gusto nga ikandak dinha nga lokal. Example, nag-anak ka diha kay you are you ought to study about unsa ba kaha kana ang rice farming or butang nato swine production kay sa mga ansay or unsa ba ka ang imong purpose nganong nianha ka diha, or unsa ba imong purpose nganong imong plano is mo conduct ka extension program diha. So you are going to study first kung unsa ba ilang mga history about that sa imong gusto nga i-conduct na program, na extension program. Okay. So by planning as well, it's in the planning phase, so it is helping you to determine goals and actions. So in that particular planning, mag-planning ka, try ka og study of the past, and also you are about to study the present and forecasting the future as well. So you are it will help you determining the goals and actions that is required to achieve them. So kung unsay ang imong by determining something or at least gathering the data or information, so maka-determine ka na po sa imong goal or action na imong ikandak, no, diha sa ana nga lokal. And it is also essential for successful extension program. So of course, if there is no planning, no, if there is no planning in any kind of objective or setting, you set a goal or unsa ba imong gusto nga at least mas successful, no, without any plan, wala ka nag-set of plan, it will never be successful, most especially sa imong pag-conduct sa extension program. So if sura ka na-conduct sa program without any kind of planning, it will never be successful. Okay, these are the steps in extension program planning. So first we have the collection of facts. Okay, what is this term, collection of facts? So nag-collect, no, you are going to collect facts. Sabi ng facts, is it fiction? Of course, facts is something in a real world situation, no, dili kay nagkuha ka or nag-collect lang kag facts which is fake news dito, no. You are going to review documents with evidences, so that is the facts, no. That is the first one. The second one is to analyze situation. So in that local that you have, you are going to analyze the situation. Unsa may ilang sitwasyon sa usa ka community, nagkinahanglan ba sila unsa ba kana? Nagkinahanglan ba sila og mga butang need sa ila or wala or something like you need to at least analyze the situation that they have. Unsa may ilang estado sa kinabuhi or estado sa ilang economic nga side, no? Sa tagsa-tagsa nga mga pamilya. Okay, number 3, identification of problems. After that, you have analyzed the situation. Of course, makita gid nimo ang lackings, makita nimo ang unsi problema, no? You can identify the problem on that particular community already, or the clients that you have targeted, no? Nga imo ikandak ang extension program. Number 4 is determination of objectives and goals. After identifying the problem, you can set clear objectives and goals. No, naagid kay goals nga imong i-achieve. Number 5 is development of plan of work. So of course, there's another plan, no? Nga imo prior conducting that extension program, dapat nakahanay na daan, naka-arrange or naka-sort na daan ang imong program. So there is also there's also another type of planning. Number 6 is execution and follow through. So the time that you are going to conduct is this time, no? Makita nimo imo sa kanus ani mo i-execute, kanus ani mo kabali on that particular time nga imo na gid i-execute na siya. So you need to hanay pod sa mga participants and others, no? Kay mo conduct man jud ka og program. And then follow through, and then evaluation of progress. So you are going to evaluate kung there is a progress, no? Dili kay after anang pag-conduct nimo extension, imo na pud na sa biyaan. Kay wala na kay paki kung ila ba nag-i-applikar or dili. Of course, naamag na sa atong part, no? We're going to respect the people if they are going to apply that or not. Pero you cannot really determine it by saying wala na ko'y paki sa inyo. Bahala na kamo. Of course, you are going to evaluate progress kung naabay something po nga na bago just because of what you have conducted. So, unsa gani ang imong goal? At least, you conducted an extension program para naapot sila changes sa ilang pamalakad ka sa farming or any kind of thing. Nakabalo na ba sila unsaan paggamit sa unsa ka resources nga naa sa ila pero wala nila gigamit kidi sila kabalo. So that is the thing that you can actually see that there is changes or there is progress. Number 8, reconsideration and revision. So this part here, you are going to reconsider and you are going to revise if there is something lacking of that program that you have conducted. No, you need to gather feedback from farmers. You need to gather feedback from your clients kung naa pa ba'y kailangan bag-uhon or kailangan i-revise ani, and if there is something also nga inyong i-add or i-recommend nga topic nga atong i-dugang para makakandak ni sunod. So those are the steps in extension program planning. Okay, the first one here is the collection of facts. No, this is the steps also, the first one. So this is the very first step in planning. No, of course, you are going to review documents. You are going to gather relevant data. Relevant meaning this is very important, or relevant, it is related to whatever you are going to conduct, no, as an extensionist. Okay, so gather relevant data from records and surveys. So by gathering those siguro gather ka og preliminary and also conducting surveys, no, sa atong TNA. So you're going to conduct surveys, no, and then consider local enterprises, technology levels, constraint, and resources. So the availability of any kind of resources on that community, you're also going to consider it. Number 2 and 3, which is the analysis and problem identification. Giisa siya because analysis first is that you're going to consider the situation of that local, no? Analyze the collected data with local people. So by seeing the facts there, or studying, of you have studied the facts or the past or the history of that community, you'll be able to at least identify an urgent or significant problems nga naa diha existing, no? Existing nga lokal. Select problems that can be solved with available resources. So dili kay ditso ka moingon nga kailangan nato magkuha or mag-provide ta og gikan kang mayor kay para masulbad na ang inyong problema. No, you are going to analyze first kung naa ba sila resources nga magamit to address that problem sa. So if ever wala na gyud pod, it's not like ikaw pod na kay gahom pod mo request, no? There is at least emphasize nimo na that is the problem, no, of that local, or that is the problem of that community. So at least aware ang mga tao nga imong ikandak ang mga tao diha sa locality nga imong gikandaktan og extension. Okay, the 4 and 5, which is the objective and plan of work. Of course, you need, as what I have said kanina, you need to set clear and realistic objectives. So what does it mean, the clear and realistic? So it means nga it should be achievable, no? Achievable siya nga objective. Dili kay mabutang ka nga nag-set ka og something nga feeling nimo nga dali ra siya mahuman, but it needs to have a systematic method or systematic procedure nga murag taud-taud pa ang process, no? So there is something that you need to set clear or realistic, that is achievable objectives. So you are going to develop a written plan of work. So it's not nga imura huna-hunaon na nga mura ni akong plano manana sa atong buhaton. No, you need to write it down. You need to write the plan or setting plans in written, no? Written plan. And also includes specific goals, responsibilities, and timelines. So diha sa imong planning, you need to put the goals or the specific nga goals, and also the responsibilities as an extensionist. So unsay imong buhaton ana, unsay imong take action, unsay may something nga need nimo buhaton, or sa baka mag-hire baka ka og speaker or guest speaker, or unsa baka mag-connect baka ka og mga other other stakeholders. So in any kind of thing, that is also one of the plannings na agyo na siya dapat diha, and as well as the timelines if kanos aka magkandak unsay oras and others. Okay, number 6 to 8, this is the execution, evaluation, and revision. Okay, the execution is the part that you are conducting na, no? You're conducting that specific extension program. So you're implementing the plan through training and activities. So nagbuhat na ka og program, nagbuhat po ka training nga hands-on trainings or activities para pod nga maka-participate ang atong mga participant or clientele. So of course, boring pod kaayo ang extension kung wala gyud tay mga activities. Kung magbuhat ra ta nga masigara tag speech or at least sigara istorya atong guest speaker diha about the lecture, pangit pod kay siya kung dili siya i-apply, no? Boring pod siya kung dili siya i-apply. So there is also a hands-on training, no? So it is encouraged nga naa dapat hands-on training pod ang atong extension. Okay, continuously evaluate the progress. So of course, after conducting that, you are also needed to visit, no? Kung there is also changes, there is progress, there is a changes in terms of the farming techniques or any kind of thing nga ginabuhat sa mga farmers. And then you are going to revise the program based on the feedbacks and result. no? So the client's feedback is very needed para ma-outro or ma-change nimo imong program in the near future na pod. If ever mag-outro or mag-light na pod ka or magbag-o ka o pagkandak og extension. Okay, we have an example here. So it's more on improving rice production. So the first one is collection of facts, diba? It's collecting the facts or the present nga existing diha sa particular local, or at least the history po. You can compare to it. Like gathering data on current rice farming practices, soil quality, the climate conditions, available resources, and farmers' knowledge. And also you are going to conduct surveys, interviews, and field visits. So that is the first one, no? So you at least imo i-verify gud tan-awon gyud mo nga inani ang sistema sa dana nga local or community about rice farming. The second one is the analysis of situation. So you are going to identify the strengths, the weaknesses in farming methods, challenges faced by the farmers. So unsa man to ang mga butang nga there is nakaapan gud sa ilang naiapan, no? Naiapan sa mga farmers. So you're going to analyze it if there is something unsa ba ilang strength, unsa ba ilang weaknesses. And also what is the challenges. So like low yield ba kaha or pest infestation, daghan kaayo very prone on pests and diseases and others, or lack of irrigation kung wala sila sources of water, no, and available support system. The third one is identification of problems. So of course you can actually identify already right after analyzing the situation. So by determining the problem, determine key issues such as poor soil fertility or outdated farming techniques, inadequate pest control, lack of access to quality seeds. So at least may dapat tan-awon yun ni mga agkay kanidi ay sila they are outdated on farming techniques. So dili kay sila updated kung in terms of unsaan pagtanom karong panahon na. For example, lugar pagtanaw na sa soil fertility, it's not enough for sa baka kulang na siya og nutrients or anything, no? Or in their farm practices nakadaghan mo sila og apply og nitrogen or anything. So that is all the thing you could actually identify problems. The fourth one is determination of objectives and goals. So of course, right after the identification of problems, makaset na po dayon ka og objective. So of course, what I have said, that the clear objective, it should be realistic and as well as achievable. So like the example here, it says here that increasing rice yield by 20% in 2 years. So of course, base mayon ka nga rice yield, increasing rice yield by 20% in 1 month. That is already something impossible, no? So you are going to set clear objective. It's not the first month, it's not the 6th month, it's not 1 year, it's in 2 years at least. Na ay 20% increase of rice yield, no? And then reducing pest damage. So by using this one, you'll be able to reduce the pest infestation or diseases incidences, and then improving farmers' knowledge and modern techniques. Number 5, we are going to develop a plan of work. So designing a structured plan that includes training programs, field demonstration, distribution of improved seeds, introduction of better irrigation techniques, and collaboration with agricultural experts. So again, so the part of development of plan of work, at least you would be able to design a structured plan, no? So ito mga structured plan. Unsa ba kaha during sa imong program, conducting of the seminar or the extension program, there is a training program or hands-on field demonstration. I-demonstrate ang something needed there in extension program. There is also a distribution of improved seeds, and also introduction of better irrigation techniques, and any kind of thing. You are going to collaborate it with the agricultural experts. Okay, example, anang mga agricultural experts should be the example mga instructor, or also those basta kayo na sila licensed agriculturist. Number 6, execution and follow through. So implementing the training session. So this is the part of execution already. Distribute the resources. You are going to distribute this provision of resources, or kung naa ba kay ihatag sa ila, okay? And then conduct regular farm visits, and then provide on-site report to farmers. So at least you are going to visit if there is also changes, or they are practicing already on what you the extension aims, no, kung sa ilang buhaton. Okay, and then encourage participation and monitor progress. Number 7 is evaluation of progress. Assess changes in rice yield. So tanawan nimo if there is already a changes, kung naa na ba medyo na-improve na ang rice yield just because of what you have conducted. And then farmers' adaptation of new techniques. Tan-aon sa nimo kung gigamit na ba nila katong imong discuss, no, pest reduction and overall farm productivity. So you are going to gather all the feedbacks coming from the client or farmers and stakeholders. Number 8 is the reconsideration and revision. So based on the evaluation results, adjust strategies if needed. So of course, kung makita nimo ang result nga this kind of strategy is dili na po siya maayo kung ato pa niya apply for the next extension, so you are going to revise, no? Revise your strategy or adjust at least, no? Introduce new pest control measures, offer additional training, or modify irrigation practices to improve results. Okay, we have this checklist of planning programs. The first one is you are going to understand and the community and extension system. So of course, but you are not going to consider things na unsa available lang ana community. You are going to consider things na unsa bay kaya ra pud ana community. And then network and collaborate with key holders. You are going to set a relationship between you and to those farmers nga naa available in that community. No, you need to connect to them. And then conduct needs assessment and prioritize program ideas. You are going to conduct those assessment or training needs assessment, or you need to conduct surveys, or at least studying the past or the facts in that particular locale. Then you are going to develop a logic model and define resources rather. And then decide on evaluation methods and program format. Kung sabay kailangan nimo ipa-feedback sa ila, kung sabay kana siya nga format, no? And then secure resources and advertise effectively. Alright, so sample checklist for the seminar. We have the you are going to identify topics and method, and then right after all of it, you are going to set date, time, and venue. Kung saan mo siya i-conduct, and then you need to invite the any resource person or experts, and also the participants to gather in one place. No, prepare necessary documents and materials. Unsa ba kailangan nato nga i-distribute sa mga farmers nga mga papel, like feedback form, or at least the program, no, nga imong ihatag sa ila. And then assign facilitators and committee members. So those are just the thing needed in our planning phase, no, sa atong before pag-conduct